Today, YouTube, if you are new to the Air Force, be educated on the team that you joined, your responsibilities, your benefits, what you're going to be doing for the next 4, 6 years, whatever time it is that you are in the Air Force. When I joined the Air Force in 1996 with one stripe, I figured I was going to do it for 4 years and get back to Los Angeles. Then I opened my eyes, and there were people that mentored me, who helped me, guided me, and really developed me to make a better decision, an informed decision. Yes, I'm going to get out, or I'm going to continue. You have to be educated, because remember, you're serving your country, and you're going to go and do whatever job they give you, and you're going to go to wherever it is that they send you in peacetime and wartime. So make the most out of your time, whether it's 4 years or 6 years, like I said. The Air Force prints out once a year something called Air Force Benefits Fact Sheet. I've talked about this before. This is really going to help you make a decision on what is best for you and what you want to do. Like I said, when I joined the Air Force, I came in with an open general job, and I did receive my first job, which was firefighting. I did that for 4 years, but I quickly realized a year into it that it's not something I wanted to do long term. I still did a good job, and my leadership recognized me for that, and eventually I cross-trained under the first term Airman program, where I was able to retrain into something else, something that I felt was better for me. Now, going back to this benefits fact sheet, this is self-explanatory, and if you want a copy, all you have to do is email me. My email is yourmilitarymoney@gmail.com. I will send it to you. If it's on a weekend, because it's on my personal computer, I'll get to it by the following week, which is Monday or Tuesday. When you review this, it's self-explanatory. Think of it like this. With your pay, you have your base pay, which is taxable. You have your housing, which is non-taxable, meaning you don't pay taxes on that if you receive it or you live in the dorms. Your food is non-taxable. That is a huge benefit, because when you file your income taxes, the only thing that you're paying taxes, or that the government will see, is your base pay. Your housing, if you live off base, is tax-free, meaning you get to see it all, and you don't pay taxes on that. Same with your food. So there are what they call federal tax advantages being a service member, and I'm not going to cover all of them. There are a lot of them. There are probably, so far, 12, 13, 14, if they apply to you. Remember, if. Retirement pay is a huge benefit, that if you serve at least 20 years, you will receive a pension, and that is a good deal. In the past, it was 50% for 20 years, and every year after that, it's 2.5%. It's changed recently, where now it's 40% at 20 years. My recommendation is visit your financial counselor at your Airman and Family Readiness Center. He or she is current on this. I used to be current on it, and I'm not anymore, because that's not the job that I'm doing. So the new people that are coming in, it's called blended retirement system. Ask about that, which is you get your pension, but you also get your thrift savings plan, which is an investment, and that's covered also. Thrift savings plan on this fact sheet is number 19. Long term. This is for you to keep even if you do not retire. Remember, it is very important that you be educated on your benefits. Thrift savings plan is probably at the top, because if you serve 4 years, 6 years, 10 years, and then get out, whatever you have in there is for you to take with you. It's long-term investment, so don't think you're going to separate after 10 years and you're going to get that money. You could, but you'll be penalized. Remember, it's long-term, and that's the thrift savings plan. You get life insurance. Service members group life insurance. I had at one point when I was in the Air Force, $400,000 should something happen to me, and my wife was covered for $100,000, and both of my children up to a certain age were covered for $10,000 should something happen to them. With life insurance, it's important that you have whether it's the SGLI, Service Group Members Life Insurance, or something outside should your family need it. For example, if something were to happen to me, I had the SGLI, but I also had a private life insurance that I still have right now, because once I retired, I lost the SGLI. Think about that. That's very important. Other benefits are base exchange, which is on every base or post. Other branches have that as well, where you can shop, and it's good prices. There's no tax there. My recommendation is, as a consumer, go with whoever is going to give you what you need at the best price. Sometimes it's the base exchange for me, sometimes it's not. For support squadron programs, I work in force support, and what this is if you have, let's say here in Colorado, I want to go skiing, I can go there and rent skis or snowboards, or I can buy tickets to go to the mountains at a cheaper price. So be educated on that. The next thing, keyword, is education. One of the biggest reasons why I joined the Air Force was for education, and you get tuition assistance up to a master's degree of $4,500 per year. I maximized that completely. You also have the GI Bill, or the post 9/11 GI Bill, and I used a little bit of that. I gave that to my son, I gave that to my daughter, and they maximized that as well. That is a huge benefit, and it comes with a clothing allowance. Excuse me, not a clothing allowance, a housing allowance. Next thing is, when I first joined the Air Force and I wanted to see about education, is you get these free tests. My first one was in Spanish, because I'm fluent in Spanish, and I received 12 college credits for that. You can do math, you can do history, you can do English, you can do management. You can study for these tests, of course, and the goal is, if you meet the minimum score, you get 3 hours in most cases, and these are called CLEPs or Dantes. Everything is explained here. So I'm being very brief. Community College of the Air Force only, enlisted, you can earn an associate's degree, and I've talked about this in this channel when I used to talk about the Air Force all the time. Professional certifications, grants, scholarships. It is up to you to be educated or ask questions. What is this? What is that? One of the newest things that happened probably within the last 5 years is called Skill Bridge program. And that is, when you are leaving the Air Force, you can use up to 180 days to look and work at an agency outside of the Air Force. I'll give you an example. Let's say your job is medical in the Air Force, your paid job. However, you want to get into IT, information technology, because you're good at it or because you're interested. You can apply for this Skill Bridge program, where up to 180 days or 30 days or 60 days, you find an agency outside of the Air Force, and you tell them, hey, I want to work for you. You're not going to pay me. You're not going to give me medical. I want experience. I'm leaving the Air Force. Will you bring me in? If they say yes, of course, your commander has to say yes or no as well. You can go over there and get experience on how the civilian side does it with IT or whatever you can think of, and you'll still get paid by the Air Force. The education office is the experts on these, so contact your education office and they'll help you. Next is Airman and Family Readiness Center, where I work right now, and they offer a lot of programs for you in your career in the Air Force, and often for your family members as well. So stop by and visit them. In fact, you have to in process with them, because they're going to give you guidance on the programs that they offer. The next is Transition Assistance Program, which is the actual program that I manage right now. When people are leaving, whether you're separating or retiring, this is mandatory, but don't think of it as it's mandatory fun. Think of it as, I'm leaving the Air Force. Let me see if I am well prepared for a smooth transition, and that's the goal. VA home loans, legal assistance. You can get a will for free. Do that. It is to your benefit. This is, like I said, 17 pages to be educated, to ask questions, to be informed, to be mentored, and be prepared to leave the Air Force whenever it is that happens. Of course, if you want a copy of that, just send me an email. read it on your own, and then at your base, find that person that can help you, that expert that can help you. Take care.